I've done that wrong. I've got a problem. You see, I'm currently acting as a travelling salesman. I fly to the different capital cities of Australia, mainly sort of Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and hang around Adelaide as sort of home base, and act as a travelling salesman. I drive around these capital cities and I try and sell the products that we have, which is great. I get to see all these different parts of Australia and get to meet some great new amazing people and learn about lots of different industries. But there's a problem. It's a bit lonely. Like, I don't get to spend much time with friends and family because I'm often away and I'm not normally in a place long enough to really make new friends. But all of that is about to change. The company's going a different direction. Going to change what my job role is. So I'm going to be having to hop in the truck more often, train more employees, fix more things around different factories, and most importantly, get customers in more rural areas. They gave me a couple of options. A, continue what I'm doing and fly around the country. The only real downside to that is I would have to move a bit more quickly and just sort of go at the drop of the hat. But I would be able to spend more time at home and see more friends and family. The other option, I could go out, get a car, they would get me a caravan, and I'd be allowed to bring a dog and drive around Australia. So I thought the decision was pretty easy. The next question was, what dog did I want? Now, to be honest with you, I already knew what dog I wanted. See, my ex, the one I learned to sing for, she had a border collie and I absolutely loved it, but I had to get something different, obviously. I thought, well, Australian Shepherds look pretty similar. Why don't I get one of those? So I pulled out my phone and started scrolling, clicking on various apps, Googling around, trying to find something, until I stumbled upon this ad on Gumtree.
After seeing this ad and finding out that little brown and white Australian Shepherd was still for sale, and then getting another 3 more pictures of this little adorable fluff ball, I found myself $1,500 short, and this dog now travelling from Inverell, New South Wales down to me in Adelaide.
Now, I don't unfortunately have any videos of me picking Satine up, which is my new Australian Shepherd, because I was a bit too excited and a bit too thrilled of me having this new dog. But I got some amazing photos, and it wasn't before long introduced her to the rest of my family.
Go for a walk.
Brayson, my younger brother, took to her straight away. They absolutely fell in love with each other.
Tell me once. You want tummy ones. Look at it.
And Dad had some good fun too.
You get more Fritz. You know what? Tummy ones.
But unfortunately, Satine wasn't on her best behaviour when she saw Mum.
Satine, will you leave my fishy alone and the plants alone? Look, she keeps eating the plants. Look, she's eating my plants and she brings them in the house. Where's these plants?
Yes, and that is a wee pad, because Satine was an absolute nightmare to try and potty train.
I was so proud of Satine today because I woke up and I thought I hadn't seen any wees inside, and I come home and I don't know how I can get you to see this, but you can almost... Oh, look, there you go. What's this, Satine? Satine? Wait, come here. Satine, come. Satine, come. Come on, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? You know you're not supposed to do wee inside. Outside, come on, outside. No. Now, this is honestly my favourite part to look back and re-look on, because we're starting to encounter all of Satine's first, so her first time at the beach.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no!
Her first time learning to properly be potty trained.
Look at the grossness! I know! You're fisty!
At the vet.
She's absolutely conked out. She got a bit of an injection and she's just out of it.
Her first time at work. She has all these toys
she decides to go out, get a bit of bitumen and chew on that.
There was so many firsts for us before we went off on this caravan trip.
Which was getting close now. I had bought my Jeep, we had the caravan set up, and I even had time to put my motorbike on the back. However, before we could go, we were shot off to Sydney, and Satine got her first plane ride.
So I just dropped Satine off, and as I was checking her in to take her to the freight thing, my flight got cancelled. So that was a good first experience. We've got her rescheduled now. Unfortunately, she's going to be sitting in the box waiting for 2 hours. I'm about to go hop on a different plane, and I won't be on the same plane as her. But we're both going to get to Sydney all right. So that's a plus.
So after a cancelled flight, and then issues with offloading her, booking her in, and then... All right, I'll let you out. You won't let me finish. It's been a nightmare, hasn't it? But how was your flight? How was it? Good girl, good girl. Yay, yay. Yes, I know. Oh, you're doing a big wee. No, I can't get you in the frame. You're the best puppy. Oh, careful.
What do you think of your first flight? What'd you think? Ah!
After Satine had settled down and we had gotten into a bit of a routine in Sydney, it wasn't before too long we encountered a significant problem that would later almost become a tradition in every single state.
Playing, with Satine, giving her a brush, and I feel a little lump on the back of her head. So I pull back her fur, trying to see what it is, and there's this little, what looked like almost like a seed pod or something, some weird little seed, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll try and pick that out, and it seemed a bit stuck, and I was like, I'm trying to pull it out, and it's not really budging, and I'm like, oh, it must be really stuck in there. It's just, I'll give her a brush, it'll come out over time kind of deal, and I don't know, just something in the back of my mind just started ticking, like, oh, maybe it's a bit of a concern, maybe it's, something stuck there. I was like, okay. And it looked like it had this white thing with little red roots or legs or something. I was like, well, maybe it's something. Maybe I'll call up a vet. Just, I don't know, it's hard to, determine what it is over the phone, but I'll give them a call. Maybe they'll have an idea. I give them a call, and I was like, I've got this, what looks like an insect on the back of my dog's neck. She's, 5 months old, and I don't know, it's just this little white thing with what looks like little red legs. They're like, white thing with red legs. She got any symptoms or anything? And I said, oh, no, she was a bit hyper this morning, but he's like, oh, you been to the coast recently? And I was like, yeah, I was just there yesterday, the day before as well. And they're like, all right, bring her in straight away. And I'm like, okay. So they go in, take her off me, come out, she's got a paralysis tick. And then I get pulled out to this other vet in the back, and she sort of explains the severity of it a bit more, and Satine's now off at this vet with these very helpful people that I'm thankful they were able to accept her so quickly. And basically we don't know how much venom's in her, how much at risk she is. She could die within the next couple of days. She might just be fine and just...
Paralysis ticks are these little, not much bigger than half a centimetre little tick that are one of the most deadliest things to dogs here in Australia. What they do is they latch onto your dog and then they start pumping this neurotoxin, which can cause wobbliness, dizziness, and then if it gets severe, it's paralysis and then death. Fortunately, though, we got onto Satine's paralysis ticks pretty early, and all she came out with it was drugged up, something severe, and shaved.
And she looks like a completely different dog. There is one tick, or where it was, is another. Apparently we got in a good time. It was looking good. They were small, but there still could be more on her that we have missed. Keep an eye on her. They let me take her home. They don't think she'll need to come in tomorrow. She just might be acting a bit funny for the next few hours,
But there was nothing to worry about in the end. She ended up recovering really, really well and was back to herself, running after and chasing big sticks. And after returning back home, we were able to hop in the car, hook up the caravan, and finally start our trip.
she's been doing this for the past 10-15 minutes because there's motorbikes in front of us. And you've got to watch them, don't you? What is it? Tell them to get out of the way. Oh, you want to go hurt them? So here we are, cooking some dinner. Are you quite comfy there? You want some food? You want some food? Become very accustomed to this slime, haven't you? Almost, if on cue, we got to Queensland, which was about 2 months after we left. We were in a new state of Australia and something else went wrong. This idiot, yeah, you, picked a cane toad, didn't you? And for the past 20 minutes I've been washing out your mouth, haven't I? Satine had licked a cane toad, this thing that sort of excretes this mucus that gets dogs high, and it gets their mouths to start frothing. And usually this isn't a big deal. You just sit there, wash their mouths out. The problem is, after nearly an hour of washing Satine's mouth out, she wasn't getting better. Not even like 3-4 months ago did she get paralysis tics. And now she's got a suspected brown snake bite. I can't believe it. That was in New South Wales. We're in Queensland. So what happened is we were wandering over to the office from the factory. And it's just me here at the yard at work. And I was looking at her and something just didn't seem right with her mouth. And I saw that she was frothing a little bit. And my first thought was, oh, for God's sake, she's licked a frog. There's heaps of them here. There's heaps of what look like cane toads here. So I figured, okay, so she's licked a frog. I've spoken to a few people. What do I do up here if she does it? And they said, a lot of like farmers and stuff say stick a hose in their mouth and wash it out. Apparently that's not a great idea because one, they could drown. They say get a wet cloth, keep going at the mouth, keep just washing everything out. So I started doing that. I thought she was getting better. She stopped frothing. She was just sort of drooling it. And then all of a sudden she threw up a lot. I better call just in case, given the circumstances. A couple of minutes go by, I get put on hold. Turn around and say, come in. Come in. Similar story to the whole when I discovered she had paralysis tics. So I go into the vet, wait around a little bit. They finally take her and have a look at her. They thought because her pupils were dilated, she wasn't responding to light properly, and she was having heavy breathing and still a bit of drooling. It was more likely to be a snake bite. They tried to test for it through the blood. Apparently blood can sometimes be a bit hit and miss, but they ended up bursting a vein or something. I don't know what they did, and the blood wasn't clotting. And apparently that's a telltale sign. If the blood doesn't clot, that's a snake bite. They think it's a brown snake bite. But yet, once again, Satine recovered fully, and it wasn't before long we were back at the beach.
So that snake clip, that was nearly a year ago now, and I've got more footage of more adventures we've done, but thankfully everything started settling down a bit from there. It was no more major emergencies. It was just life stuff, like we've moved house. We're no longer doing that job. We ended up driving all the way around from South Australia and Adelaide all the way around to Port Hedland, which is like days if you were to drive it straight, and then we came all the way back around, didn't go straight back over to Perth. So I can show you more of just what we did and everything like that, but I think the video for me personally has changed. These emergencies we encountered, they showed something. They showed something that I had learned. I'd learned that not only could I care more about animals, but animals had so much personality that's worth caring for, and they add so much to your life. And like, I've had animals in my life growing up. We had cows, we had farm animals, we had dogs, we had cats, all kinds of stuff, right? But they were never my own. This was my first pet, my first dog. And she's nearly 2 now, and she means the world to me. She's not a pet. She's my own daughter. She's something different. She goes everywhere with me. And I'm fortunate we have a bit of a different life to where we can just do everything with each other. But there's just something so unique and so special, and she adds so much. She's genuinely a fantastic friend.